लाइक अभी तो हम लोग पहले
कितनी बड़ी कंपनी है?
इट्स अ बंच ऑफ 15 to 20 people.
अच्छा, तो IT वाले कितने उसमें?
IT वाले 4 लोग हैं.
तो बाकी सब ब्रांड वाले?
सब हाँ, ब्रांडिंग, डिजाइनिंग, मार्केटिंग, मार्केटिंग.
मैंने
So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are having a good CIMCON’26. And we have had some very interesting 4 sessions now, yesterday and today. And I'm sure right from somebody showing to mirror what was happening in Nagpur to learn about mostly on marketing and communication. That was the only focus of the first session was. And of course, Funshikar, our own Funshikar sir giving us guidance and mentorship. As a breakout, I'm happy that you see a good number of people who have chosen to talk about or hear about AI, because that's something which is there in every session. Whatever topic you have, AI is there somewhere around it. It's my pleasure to introduce a distinguished technology and product leader and a global powerhouse in consumer intelligence and marketing. We have with us Amitesh Tyagi. Amitesh Tyagi is with a company named Nelson IT, which is an expertise in market intelligence. But it's not just market intelligence which defines him. He is a person who has a 360-degree exposure from working in large companies, working in startups, working in multinational companies, mentoring, even funding small companies. It's a complete 360 degrees knowledge on what it takes to run. Of course, his expertise comes in the area of market research, and today we all know AI has been impacting that in a big way, in different ways. So how this technology, which is there, which sometimes scares us, sometimes excites us, can really be our engine for growth. Many years back, from manual, we went into something called automation. Everything was automated using that time computers like RS323 and other chips and things like that. From automation, then we started gathering data, and now we get 8-level growth. So how can your growth be more intelligent? That's what we want to hear from Amitesh. We'll have a small presentation by him. Post the presentation, we'll get some. I have a few questions for him, and we'll of course be open for your question answers. So 45 minutes, 15 minutes, we will be right. So look forward to a very interesting session, and over to you.
Thank you, sir. Can you guys hear me well? Can you hear me? Loud and clear? Wonderful. So in the interest of time, we'll just keep a 30-minute timer, okay? So start off, and then we'll all put our phones down, right? Okay. So how many of you have heard about the term AI? Okay, wrong question. How many of you have not heard about the term AI? What do you mean by AI? What is AI for you? Now don't give me a copybook definition of artificial intelligence, because intelligence is not artificial, right? I mean, that's also defined by humans. It's just a name, fancy name that the industry came up with because they could not think of anything better, perhaps. So what exactly do you mean by, what is AI for you? Anyone?
Mimics human brain.
Mimics human brain. Technological transformation, that is digital transformation in a different avatar. That's a much broader thing. AI is a small component of that, right? Anybody else?
To help us to find the answer what we are.
That was Google search. That was Google search, right? How is it AI then?
So it add-ons like it
What are the
gives more
first
suggestions.
More suggestions, right? That could be a girlfriend or your wife who can give you more suggestions, right?
Yeah, but computer is doing it.
Yeah, so just replacing her, right? In essence, okay. What's the tool name that comes? Google comes to your mind, perhaps. What other name comes to your mind when you think about AI? Tool. ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. What else? Claude, DeepSeek, Krutrim. Anybody knows about Krutrim? Not Ola, Krutrim. It's the same guy, Bhavesh. That doesn't mean Ola, right? That's Ola scooters, burning scooters. Right? What else? Agent, notebook, something. Happenstance. So different tools, but majorly our votes are for A, Gemini, B, ChatGPT, C, Claude. So Perplexity because it came free with Airtel, right? Copilot, yeah, right? Oh. So that's all we know about AI, right? See, that's the problem. That's the problem. All you have spoken about is only about GenAI. Now, what is GenAI? Generative AI. What is generative AI? Sir, I left my phone.
Sorry?
I left my phone, sir.
Yeah, sir.
Please feel free to take a call outside.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt the session. My request to all of you. So, what is generative AI? That generates. What does the generator do? No, generator क्या करता है? I mean, like everybody is comfortable with a little bit of Hindi also, right? English is fine. Hindi, English both. What does generator do? It generates power. So generative AI means it generates AI, right? Wrong. Right? It's just a different delivery method, essentially, right? It's the same underlying data, all of us know. But how have you used? So the first question I had was your competition has deployed AI beyond just GenAI. What have you done? You don't even know what is AI beyond GenAI, and that's why you're sitting in this session, perhaps, right? 83% of the companies implemented AI as it is AI, and they have gained, with their revenue growth. We have seen a lot of investments that have multi-fold by just implementation of AI. And these are 2024 numbers, most of them, or 25 numbers. But the focus is really on the, today is on the SMBs, what we're going to talk about. Because all of you have a false perception, or most of you I would say, have false perception of what AI is, except for a friend here who's actually working on AI and building solutions, right? I was interacting with him. AI has been there for how long in the world? Anyone? But then ChatGPT came only 2 years back. You guys told me AI is ChatGPT. That's LLM. I asked this question, what is AI? Majority of the class agreed that Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity is AI, right? 5 minutes back, 3 minutes back. Anyway, so AI has been around for how long? 1950s. That's when it started, right? The real use cases started coming maybe after the computerization, automation. Automation was the first, you can say, narrow use case AI that was developed in the world, which is a step-based automation, right? How many of you are having manufacturing units? What kind of manufacturing, sir?
We are manufacturing engineering buildings and cotton engineering machines.
Okay. What kind of automation do you have?
At present, we don't have any automation, but our design team and then we are using some machines for just producing the parts of that machines.
Okay. Do you use any OT, operation technology in that?
No.
Okay. How about you, sir?
Same iron and steel manufacturing.
Do you have any data that you collect in that process? Why? जरूरत नहीं पड़ी मशीन चल रही है प्रोडक्ट आ रही है Why are you sitting in this session then? To understand how you can use these new technology disruptions for growth, right? But you actually missed the automation part in between, right? So think about it. So you also have manufacturing?
Yes, I have a tough and glass manufacturing unit. So in terms of automation, what I think is we have a fully automatic machines which we have a vacuum which lifts the glass and put it on table. Then we
So
have
that's robotics.
That's robotics.
Yeah.
Okay.
But automation means that a system knows at a particular threshold when should I stop, which knows what should I do. Next, if I've reached to a certain stage in the process, send some data back to some backend system. That backend system should know whatever the data, and it tells you that this is somewhere in the MIS it comes. Do you have anything like that? Anyone? Right? So that is where AI had already started. Right?
We are using these barcode stickers, which
Now what do you do with that?
which takes the sizes automatically.
Barcode stickers made by a human. You stick it and tell you this is the size. The barcode is wrong, you ship the wrong size. Right? That's a quality problem with you. Anyway, so there are things which are the bigger problem. What we are going to kind of talk about today is a little bit on the things that are underlying before you actually go into your GenAI and ChatGPT and the Geminis of the world, right? Can anyone tell me what use cases are you using ChatGPT or Gemini in your current world? Except for search. Not using. I mean, it's okay. I mean, there's a tension in the room. I don't know why. It's okay to say wrong answers. Right? I'm just a closed environment. Everybody is here to learn. Sorry?
Mostly for documentation, research for letter writing and all.
Documentation of what kind?
Documentation for, say, the customer feedback reports that we got, or maybe campaigns that we have carried out. So to document it and what were the results and all, just to see it that way.
So how do? You upload your reports there?
No, just for the management review and just to see how we can do better.
No, but I'm not able to understand how do you use a ChatGPT or a Gemini interface for that?
Mostly for the reasoning purposes, like what sector got us the most revenue. And
Oh, for your research, market research you're using. Okay, got it. So you are basically working on a lot of prompt and you are trying to find out, and the results are good. So market research is a use case. Any other use cases?
I use in researching some litigation work. I work in finance, so for example, some litigation notices come to our client. So we used to search the case studies and around the world, what is the intricacies in the case study involved. So deep research on that case study and what we can apply to our client thing. Second, I sometimes tweak with the cloud. I use it to generate some prototype of my website version. How I can tweak this. So 2-3 use cases I use it.
And you trust the output?
Yeah, not completely, but it helps me to that is it.
We are using it to generate content for marketing.
Barcodes.
No,
Okay. But,
for digital marketing.
okay.
We are trying to create content by using AI, ChatGPT and Gemini.
So it knows already that your company XYZ had used this campaign. Already it knows.
Yes.
The competition will go. It will tell you tell the same story to him also, right? So how will you compete?
It can.
Right? What? Anyway, so if you are just restricting your use cases, you're actually damaging yourself. I mean, there are companies which are already out there, which are doing things you can see on the screen. None of the manufacturing people spoke about how they're using AI or data or any systems in procurement, right? There's no discussion on that. Anybody else in manufacturing here? What do you guys do?
So I'm into manufacturing of plastic water tanks and pipes. So we use, there is a software we use for pipe counting after loading
Nope.
and surveillance.
Okay. Then you have analytics of what kind?
Like, example, we do have a data of clients. So to segregate the data according to our aspects, so it just go, we put the data into it and it segment it like what we are expecting, what about our requirements are. So accordingly,
So you do market segmentation is perhaps you might be just seeing which are my platinum customers, which are the ones who are maximum
what
revenue.
potential of the customer can be.
So you're doing prospecting with that. Okay, so that's one good use case. So he's using his underlying data for what tools are you using for that? Excel.
ChatGPT or
ChatGPT?
Research work, like in the research section, we give.
You could have done that with Excel also, but that's okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
We work into energy efficiency. So we use AI for generating, doing the analysis part and then generating the report. So the work which was taking months time, it has now reduced down.
Yeah, again, another use case of content, anything around content and things around we are doing when repackaging the same information by feeding a particular interface, let's say it's ChatGPT or Gemini Perplexity, bringing it back in a format which is more convenient for us and maybe more polished, because majority of Indians do not have English as a native language. So that is like repackaging the whole your information into it.
Analysis in the technical
And then
part,
yeah. So what tool are you using for that?
we are using Gemini, ChatGPT.
At the previous session, the morning session, if you were there, sir, Mr. Bansal was speaking about Notebook LM. Actually, you should perhaps start using more that often than others. That's more restricted and bound for your use case because you are sending your reports company proprietary
We
there.
have a years long of database.
Yeah. So basically, you have to, what I'm going to very briefly touch upon is some of the things that you're doing in parts, right? So digital marketing. What you can do in digital marketing. Everybody is doing digital marketing here, right? What are you doing in AI? Anything in AI? Have anybody heard about the nano banana? Yes. What is it? Could come with simpler names also, right? We can remember, but what is it? So digital marketing is a field, content generation is a field where you can have a lot of AI that you can implement because there's a lot of generation that is happening. AI in sales, we'll just talk about a little bit. Product and service delivery. How many of you are in product development or in service delivery? That's product delivery is part of it, right? So you can either be in product delivery or you can be in service delivery. What is the third business that is possible in the world? I don't know. What are you guys doing then? Either you're making a product and selling it or you're making a service and delivering it. How many of you are in product development and delivery? Only 2. Rest of you are in services? ये क्वेश्चन ही समझ नहीं आया भाई अगर आप कुछ बना रहे हैं if you are manufacturing something it could be software, it could be glasses, toughened glasses, it could be sir was also doing some iron steel तो product ही होगी ना वो that's a product, there's some end product that you are shipping out so product development हो गया or you are doing some service you are making some IT services we were talking about some other financial services वकील साहब so finance company those are services so what other businesses are you in अगर आप ये नहीं कर रहे वो नहीं कर रहे तो क्या कर रहे हैं I'm very confused either you must be developing and delivering a service or you must be developing and delivering a product anybody is doing anything else beyond this तो पहले okay so we'll speak about how you can improve a little bit of that process and then service monitoring एक बारी product चली गई तो whether it is service or product service has to happen right am I speaking Greek I'm looking at very many confused faces
When you are moving, your voice is breaking.
तो ऐसा करते हैं इसको बंद करके मैं हैंड माइक ले लेता हूँ हो जाएगा ऐसे इसको कर देता हूँ अभी ठीक है so once anything goes out any product or service अब ये see all of you are sitting in an MBA institute right तो MBA institute के अंदर मैनेजमेंट की बातें होंगी तो प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विस अगर आपने डिलीवर कर दिया उसके बाद आफ्टर सेल सर्विस आती है कि नहीं आती है डू यू हैव अ फंक्शन कॉल्ड आफ्टर सेल सर्विस इन व्हाटएवर realm of your involvement are you there I can see nodding is anybody like this please raise your hand क्योंकि आपने प्रोडक्ट और सर्विस डिलीवर नहीं की थी अब तक बट यू अंडरस्टैंड सर्विस am I making sense all confused faces sir ji all good no all good okay. Then it comes to contact centers. Contact center क्या होता है? अब मैं ना चुप हो जाता हूँ. I will keep quiet now. You will answer. What is a contact center? नहीं, contact center is not a distributor. Contact center customer service इट कुड बी यू ऑल्सो. अगर कस्टमर का कॉल आप रिसीव कर रहे हैं, आप बन गए कॉन्टैक्ट सेंटर. आपने टीम बिठा रखी है, you will become, they will become a, right? That is another space which will be completely disrupted by, at a major scale by, how ChatGPT will come.
Call agents.
Voice bots.
वो तो किसी ने बोला ही नहीं मेरे को. Nobody told me about voice bots.
Chatbot.
So you are our AI expert, no? Temperature. Gayatri ji, I remember. Thank you for helping us there. Okay. Thanks for joining the session. So, have anybody heard about voice bot?
Yes.
कौन सा? Sir? तो कंपनी है. Voice bot. Siri, Alexa. It was before ChatGPT came, no? But nobody said. Nobody spoke about it. Right? So contact center is a lot of automation. There's a company called Sarvam. All of us are talking about Videshi companies only. Nobody spoke about Videshi companies. Sarvam is doing making a lot of leaps in the voice space. Supply chain AI. How many are you in supply chain? आप लोग तो हैं, right? HR. How many of you are in HR function? I heard that majority of the people would be in SMBs. How many of you are in SMBs? Small and medium businesses. MSME जिसको कहते हैं. तो जोर से बुलंदी से हाथ उठाइए. तो आपके पास अलग HR फंक्शन है? तो पहले क्यों नहीं बोला कि HR भी हमारे यहाँ? I'm asking a question, nobody is answering. Strategic thinking. How many of you have a strategic thinking in your organization? You don't have strategic thinking in your organization.
Yeah, but I think myself always.
कोई बात नहीं है. Everybody has. That's the promoters, owners, business leaders, department heads, business unit heads job, right? Individuals, everybody.
Single man company is a person.
So हम लोग कह रहे हैं कि इसे मिला के आप intelligent growth कर सकते हैं. I mean, in some realm, you can do that. Okay. So let's take some example of. Start with marketing, right? Digital marketing AI. Some cases I took so that you can take away something with you. There's a company called Coca-Cola. And there's a company which is not there, which is Cadbury. Cadbury did a campaign recently on Diwali. What was it? वो तो उनका tagline है. There was an AI-driven campaign that they did. Shah Rukh Khan, birthday wish, Diwali wish. Right? From Shah Rukh Khan at what level?
Customizing with the name and everything.
It's not customizing, it's personalizing. Use the term personalizing. Digital marketing as we know has completely changed. Okay. A lot of. Achha. That's why they're not answering.
I don't know. So friends, here it is. It is your chance to ask questions. If you miss out, you're not going to miss your chance. So ask the silliest of questions, but ask questions. And that's what they teach in all MBA institutes.
There's no hesitation, I mean, this class, after this class, you can please feel free to. But Shah Rukh Khan example, all of you have heard about Shah Rukh Khan wishing, right? How were they able to do that? Shah Rukh Khan को इतनी जगह भेजा था? How many images were generated? Any guess? One.
मतलब it was simple template उसमें.
चुका दिया. How many images were generated like that, personalized? Any guesses? Close to 15 million. तो 15 million जगह के भेजा शाहरुख खान को. What was that work? AI, right? Similarly, Coca-Cola did a personalization, 30 plus personalized ad variants per campaign using AI, and they reduced their content creation cost while increased their engagement. Everybody remembers Shah Rukh Khan, everybody remembers Cadbury, right? So AI is going to enable that. The content creation, look at opportunities where you can go out and see how you can more and more personalize your campaigns. How many of you run email campaigns? कोई नहीं रन करता. आप करते सर? What tools are you using? Zoho.
Yeah, some MailChimp and all.
MailChimp is only a delivery system. How do you mine your contacts?
We have a system of updating our contacts.
You have a CRM system?
But traditional way of maintaining expenses.
Digital marketing, the mailing campaign have reached to a certain extent where you exactly know you can segment to a single individual contact. You can customize your campaigns. Platforms when you integrate like Apollo.io. Right? How many of you have heard about Apollo? Apollo का नाम किसी ने सुना? Apollo tires. Easy to remember, no? Apollo.io. Just think of Sachin Tendulkar. Why Sachin Tendulkar? Tires, right? So Apollo.io that helps you, that sells a database, qualified, and it can give you a lot of campaigning that you can do, and it tells you who read your campaign, and it gives you a mechanism of defining a rule-based, not only targeting but also a whole series of campaign, right? You know, follow-ups and things like that, actionable insights. All that is automated. Why? That is automated. So that is AI. It also gives you templates of generating of sending the report or the email. That is GenAI. No, the templates I'm saying. Okay. Then you can have content creation machine speed. You know, that's what it is doing. It will tell you what happens. Why is same. Okay. Then it can tell you what is the prediction. No, these are very powerful platforms. I've not written it here, but you have something like a mail motor which also does. SEMrush AI also is there, but Apollo is the one which is at top of all these in terms of giving you the kind of information. And Zoho also is doing Indian. If you speak in the Indian realm, Zoho is also doing, but it's still not there, right? And of course, it gives you a lot of competitor intelligence, market research. Everybody is using for market research, so I don't need to educate you on that. Okay. AI in sales, right? Yeah.
Throw some light on the predictive ROI. How can ROI be predicted?
How many of you used Google AdWords? What is Google? Wrong. Ad agency.
The revenue is based on ads.
Right? Have you used their AdWords? Anybody has used AdWords? Right? Doesn't it tell you what is its reach and how will you, what is the percentage of converts or PPM? It doesn't give you forecast, right? That's your ROI.
What tools in AI are available now?
They're all inbuilt in that. If you go to the AdWords dashboard, you can see it now. If you go to Meta Ads, you can see it now. Amazon Ads, you can see it now. It will tell you what is the propensity of, from a content point of view, what is the propensity of you getting a click. Okay? All that is available now. And it's not ChatGPT. Might be using an algorithm which is different from even Gemini. Gemini, what is there? How many of you use WhatsApp for contacting your customers? अब थोड़ा response आना शुरू हुआ है. Just warmed up. Okay. How many of you are familiar of template-based marketing on WhatsApp? उन्होंने हाथ पहले उठा लिया था. Right? Anybody else is doing template-based marketing in WhatsApp? Or what do you do on WhatsApp with your customer? For what purpose are you using WhatsApp except for good morning and happy Holi, happy Diwali?
WhatsApp is there. Bulk messaging.
Bulk messaging, spam कर दो उठा के.
Spam नहीं, but to for कुछ भी update आता है, like clients है, so उन्हें bulk messaging का option चाहिए. They want to get updated with their service or any product.
True. Retention marketing, how?
Whoever have bought, say for example, they bought a shampoo from me and I know it's going to get over after 1 month. So all the customers who now need to buy.
So you send a repeat purchase prompt to them.
Yeah.
Very good. So you are using, so she's already using AI. You know, round of applause for her. So she already knows when to tag her customer when the shampoo is going away. Right? Now I'll tell you, because I keep on going back, I want to give a very clear funda to you guys that AI is not a phenomenon of today. There's a company called Target in the US. Everybody knows about Target? अच्छा चलो. How many of you don't know Target? एक कंपनी है यूएस पे वॉलमार्ट, सुना है सबने? ओके, उसी की तरह है दिस वन मोर कंपनी को टारगेट. इट्स अ स्लाइटली डिफरेंट सेगमेंट. ओके, दे यूज्ड एआई और power of intelligence of data. I don't call it AI very often. By the buying pattern of the customers, they could predict which families are going to go the family way very soon. From there, they would know what kind of kid it, because if you, unlike in India, gender determination of a kid is allowed in the prenatal stage itself. So they would know it's a boy or a girl, and they would, you know, kind of also know what is the delivery date and so on and so forth. And they'll send a mailer. अभी तो email चलता है, तो वो post office में भेजते थे mail campaigns. Just by looking at the data, they will tell, they'll keep on sending. Similar thing to you do. You are doing because you know the past purchase thing, but you are not predicting beyond that, right? I don't know. I'm assuming. So that is today. They were doing this thing in late 80s and early 90s, right? So AI or DI, data intelligence, has been sitting for a long time. So that's why I was asking these gentlemen here, our friends here, what are you doing with the data? Because AI is as good as your DI. What is DI? What is core in that? Data. How many of you are storing data for the purposes that they can be used for any future prediction? कितनों ने analysis किया है अपने sales dashboard का?
For predicting the, for example, a dealer has ordered, he continuously orders in 15 days. So we keep the watch on that. Then we contact him around 14-15 days.
Yeah.
Like this.
So he has built a system where he can predict, similar to like ma'am as for retention of a customer. So WhatsApp, how many of you are and what else are you using WhatsApp for? Yes, sir.
For promotion, important updates, important communication in a proper systematic way, having all the data
Synchronized, right? So all of you are doing some kind of marketing using WhatsApp, and you are able to push sales in some way, right? So our next slide talks about how a WhatsApp AI bot was integrated with a CRM. Everybody understand what is CRM? What is CRM? Sorry?
Relationship management.
Yeah, so software, which is the most popular CRM? I thought Zoho hoga yahan pe to. Right? So Zoho gives you a lot of tools where you can do these kind of integrations off the fly, right? You're using Shopify, which is also good, but Zoho also is very popular, where you can just go into the system and you can find a lot of tools which are easily integratable, okay? So there are some stats. Salesforce has Einstein AI, Zoho has its own, I think its name is Zia or something, right? Ziva or Zia, something that they have. Zia, right? Yeah. Product development. Oh, we are not making anything here, right? This class is not, that doesn't produce product, nor does it produce any service. So should we skip this slide? Right? Now, okay. Time is up for me, but we'll just start with your permission. I just want to have 2 slides covered. Just 2 slides I want to cover, sir. So 2 slides cover कर लेते हैं. Again, you are stuck with AI as GenAI.
अभी हम लोग डिवाइसेस बना रहे हैं, सेंसर्स बना रहे हैं, जो कि फार्मर का डेटा एनालाइज करके उसको हाथों बताएगा क्या करना है. मैं बहुत कोशिश कर रहा हूँ इंडिकेट करने की, बट अकेला मैं सब कुछ नहीं कर सकता इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. तो वो टीम बिल्डिंग करके इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करना, स्ट्रेटेजाइज करना और वो सिस्टम कंटिन्यूस चलते रहना, दैट इज इंपॉर्टेंट कि लोग करना चाहते हैं वो कैसे करें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने सेंसर बनाया, मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि किसान का प्रॉब्लम क्या है, वो प्लांट का फोटो लेके मेरा AI बॉट जो है हाथों हाथ बता दे कि इसमें इशू क्या है, उसको प्रॉब्लम बताएगा, फिर उसको सोल्यूशन बताएगा, सोल्यूशन के बाद में उससे फिर से फॉलो भी लेगा तूने क्या किया था। तो ये हो गया कि उसका एक डिस्कशन हो गया कि कॉन्टैक्ट सेंटर आपका बन गया।
राइट।
पहला हो गया प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट, कि प्रोडक्ट पे डेवलप करना है, दूसरा की कॉन्टैक्ट करना है, तीसरा सोल्यूशन देना, सोल्यूशन के बाद चौथा सेल भी करना है। अब ये पूरी साइकिल जो चलाना है, ये साइकिल चलाना है।
Very good question. There's a lot of innovation that is happening in the agentic AI space. And our friend sitting here was just telling me that he is working on some LangChain and all those. But there are platforms available like NA10 and the majorly NA10 and Zapier. Zapier is actually an integration tool. They started calling themselves agentic AI, but they were like a integration tool for a long time. So there are tools which are available, or platforms, paid platforms, where you can bring your requirements and they trigger, right? उसको हम लोग ना पहले बोलते थे RPA काफ़ी चीज़ों में, robotic process automation, because they will do. उसको आजकल बोलते हैं agentic AI.
एजेंटिक AI की में ट्राई करें। हम लोग चाह रहे हैं कि 10 अलग-अलग AI प्लेटफॉर्म्स को यूज़ करके एजेंटिक AI लगा दें, जितने सॉफ्टवेयर सब एक डेस्कटॉप पे डाल दें और वो ऑटोमेटिकली सारी चीज़ें होते रहें। वी आर ट्राइंग दैट, बट ये करेगा कौन, कैसे करेगा, हम लोग इतने वेल ट्रेन नहीं हैं, या तो ऐसे
Learning, the only problem in this particular field is you have to learn it by doing. I mean, or you can outsource. You can find there are a lot of vendors who are available who can help you with that. मतलब हर चीज़ खुद करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है आपको. But these are problems that are getting solved. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
Maybe one slide and then
Yeah.
I have a question and then go on.
So yeah, I mean, actually, basically, what major, even this one talks about is that AI powered, you look at your data everywhere, right? I mean, that's the whole thing. From an SMB point of view, the data has to be very, very nicely seen. Whether you're doing prototyping or your service mapping, you have to see that you have a process map, you have a proper layout of the whole user journey that the user is going along with your product or your service. And then you map what are your failure points. And that data will come from the feedback and other places where you have collected data. And on top of that, then you run analysis. That is actually a insight of an AI, what it will do, okay? Similarly, voice of the customer at scale, you look at your services. I mean, these are just, few ideas which you don't think are actually parts of AI that you already have. Similarly, in HR, you will have, I mean, if you are doing talent management, almost everybody is doing talent management, right? What do you do in that? Now, there are solutions available in the market which can reduce your hiring also significantly. I was just talking to somebody in the AI summit last week, and they were just saying that we can bring down the hiring to 4 hours. At least the solution, the decision comes down to 4 hours. So look at those solutions which can simplify. So at the moment, you should just focus on reducing the cycle time of a particular process that you're already having in your organization. Don't go for any fancy thing which is just kind of going and ChatGPT आ गया, people are talking, हम सारे engineers को निकाल देंगे. All that is not happening actually. But look at things how you can simplify your own processes to the extent that they can be automated and it can be a orchestration of series of steps that can help you. So there's focus there at the moment. It's only an advanced automation with data depth. So let's leave it at that for now. AI is more about DI at the moment. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I think this is a much more deeper session with lots and lots of questions. So let me just go to much more basics in this. In this world, we look at three things. We first look at what we call digitalization. When we say digitalization, basically we are converting manual processes into digital system, digital process. Then we need automation. And when we need automation, what we do? Any repetitive task which was there, we remove the repetitive task. And now we are talking about intelligence, artificial intelligence. So my question to you is that why do we say that intelligence-related growth wins vis-a-vis automation and digitization?
See, intelligence-related growth is a necessity. Okay, why automation to intelligence shift is happening? What is the difference, right? What is the difference? The major difference what you have, sir, is that when the automation processes were defined, we did not have an underlying, immense amount of data that we have today. Now, it might sound very, routine, but there are some moments that happened in our life cycle as world. Like, currently, you are feeding a lot of data to the systems. SaaS companies came in. Almost all of you are using some kind of SaaS products, right? Cloud disruption happened, right? Computing costs went down. So when you combine all these things, you are sitting on a data either yours or somewhere else, which can help you. Somebody was saying that we are using it for market research. A lot of stuff is being used for market research. Earlier, that market research data was not easily available. It was sold. Now it's at your dispensation at a very easy, very less cost, I would say, just because the data is sitting in such a vast amount everywhere. So when you say intelligence growth, now you have a partner who's relying on available information from other places, giving you a insight or an actionable next step, which enables your decision making. So the term what we used to hear, data-driven decision making, we are actually starting to live it now. That's the difference that is made as compared to automation.
So what I get from this is that earlier the information we were gathering was primarily our own information, and maybe some information coming from the manufacturer. Now you are gathering information, data from everywhere, and then you are making decisions.
Right.
That's a very good point. So with this, let me go over this one with your question, Chris and short, and if you can be a little more specific in your question, it will help. And we'll take one more question from this side and then take it around. Maybe somebody from this side, you take the question from this side. Come back and look at it. Yeah, on the second side.
उसमें क्या आता है?
10% अच्छी लीड आती है, 90% ऐसी है। तो ये के थ्रू हम उसको क्वालिटी लीड कैसे बढ़ाएं?
तो ये कि तो आप क्वालिटी लीड कैसे बढ़ा सकते हैं? अभी तो कैंपेन देखना पड़ेगा ना ये तो. Why are you failing? I mean 10% when you are doing your, it's basically Facebook ad is a combination of various factors that you put, including your zip code, pin code, what segments you are targeting, what product you want, what keywords you want. यही होता है ना 4-5, and the content itself. Where is the failure happening most? Have you done analysis of when you say 10% is successful, where is it coming from? Did you tweak your campaigns further after that?
नहीं सर, कुछ प्रोडक्ट्स बिक जाते हैं और कुछ नहीं बिकते।
तो उसका एनालिसिस किया आपने प्रोडक्ट की प्रॉब्लम प्रोडक्ट के अंदर है, ऐड के अंदर, ये पता है आपको?
जैसे ताड़ोबा का प्रोडक्ट किया वो अच्छा हिट हो जाता है, बाकी अगर कुछ प्रमोशन किया तो उसका लीड कम।
तो वो तो मेरे को सब समझना पड़ेगा कि डैशबोर्ड में हो क्या रहा है. इट्स वेरी आई मीन और मार्केट परसेप्शन इज बेटर और ये एड इटसेल्फ इज बेटर. आई डोंट नो, आई मीन लाइक देयर आर सो मेनी फैक्टर्स. तो प्रोडक्ट आपको पता है कि आपकी सिमेट्रिकल प्रोडक्ट्स, अब ये तो कोई भी नहीं बोल सकता ना. तो पहले वहाँ देखो ना आप, टू गो विद द डेटा एंड फाइंड आउट कि हुआ क्या है. तो स्टार्ट वेयर विल यू स्टार्ट. So there are some tools that you can use, very simple 5x करके एक टेक्निक होती है, very basic management tool, कि मेरा ये वाला ad क्यों नहीं चल रहा, why is it not working, then you come, what are the factors, why this, उसको fishbone technique भी कहते हैं. So you can use 5x को थोड़ा research कर लेना, आपको पता चल जाएगा. This is the other name for root cause analysis, जो काफ़ी लोग करते नहीं हम लोग. Yes sir.
Sir, ये जो trial and error method है AI को सीखने का या how to implement the business is not really useful and it takes a lot of time. So do you think ये जो executive programs आजकल MBA या IIT institutes जो चला रहे हैं, they could be helpful?
Depends on what is the purpose of taking the program. And you know, my problem with many of these institutes which are running these programs, with all due respect, not from IIM here, but IITs वगैरह जिसने आपने नाम लिया था, that's very oriented towards teaching you Python and you know what different libraries Python can use, which is a programming language by the way, and some cloud सिखाएगा. मतलब it's more oriented towards execution, कि आप कैसे बनाएंगे. As a business leader, business owner, I think you should be looking at outsourcing that part rather than the unnecessary or you know the hard reality is that we try to think that with this we can do everything on our own. That's not the case, right? So be specific. What do you want to achieve from the program? क्या आपको चाहिए क्या? And trial and error, मतलब what do you mean by trial and error? I could not understand.
For example, कौन सा campaign चल रहा है, कौन सा नहीं चल रहा, कभी बोला WhatsApp पे कुछ अच्छे से campaigns होते हैं, नहीं हो पाते.
So the problem is that, so go for, you know, देखो what the answer I gave him was first principles answer. I asked him to do root cause analysis, जो आपको वैसे ही करना चाहिए. Irrespective of AI, या वो आपका अखबार का कैंपेन भी हो सकता है, वो किसी और चीज़ का भी कैंपेन हो सकता है. He's not doing root cause analysis, with all due respect, okay? So, yeah. No, उन्होंने actually पहले this किया था.
So I'm a real estate developer, and all of us are from different sectors. Just like we have chartered accountants, lawyers for particular specific field, they are specialized in their own work. Do we have similar AI consultants?
Oh, very good question. So
that if any of us want to hire a consultant who knows everything about all the sectors, and he will pinpoint, he will specifically tell us where we can use AI.
you need an AI accountant, or you need a.
I need an AI consultant who would advise me based upon my business what I should adopt in my.
So there are multiple AI companies out there.
What?
Huh?
In what cities there?
I think even here you would be having in Nagpur. I mean, that I can help you with. We can help you with buying that.
So there are quite a few AI companies, small companies, startups who do it. I think what
So
you're
there are startups who specialize in certain things.
No, you have a lot of which are making bespoke solutions.
Yeah.
So one of the industry companies.
With the startups.
so a lot of them make this one, we make this one. आपके हिसाब से ये लोग-
I'll tell you, one of our companies where I'm a mentor and investor, they have made an AI solution for real estate code conformance in US. जो आपका वो building code होता है उसके लिए, वो पूरा बना के उन्होंने patent फाइल किया. No, hear me out. Then they have made something for shipping industry. Then they have made something for healthcare. Then made something for agri-tech. वो they are having a, because that's a talent company, right? उनके पास वो talent है जिसको आता है problem solve करना. So if you give a problem, see, AI is not about doing things for, look at this way, it's a more of a use case driven solution होता है. The software doing different thing.
I understand. But are consultants who can advise each of us whom to connect with for whatever need that we have. Suppose I need AI for marketing. I will go to a consultant. I will ask who are the companies who can help me in marketing and use AI.
मतलब, you can talk to me. So start with me. Start with me. I mean, I that's the least I can do. Okay, you will start with me and then I can reorient. जो मेरे बस की हुई मैं करा दूंगा, जो मेरे बस की थी किसी और को दे दूंगा.
As a real estate developer, if I want to use AI in civil engineering or architecture, that consultant will tell me. which-
अच्छा, you want to know? हाँ, तो मतलब, so you.
You want to know which tool to use within the.
Yeah, because Autodesk is a company which
Sir.
specializes in Revit AutoCAD, right? And they are using AI in their own field. But I need a consultant who can connect me with all these companies.
So you start with me, okay? Well, you start with me because incidentally I have, because so you know it's a very. अब आप बोलोगे मेरे को, we were talking to somebody in the morning I was talking to, they were saying they're in granite business. So ऐसे ही मैंने बोला कि where is your maximum problem? So he said that कि वो ना shape मतलब measurement is a big problem for me. तो मैंने कहा have you considered vision? फोटो लेके उसको कर ले. तो ये काइंड ऑफ जो स्टेप बैक नहीं उसके ना हमारा कॉर्नर्स होते हैं, मैं वो सब मैं सिखा दूंगा उसको. दैट आई विल टीच. तो इट्स अ वेरी यूज केस ड्रिवन थिंग. तो आंसर गिविंग यू अ ब्लैंकेट के ओके कल जाके नारायण मूर्ति को कॉल करो, उसको बोलो कि कहाँ जा सकते, इट्स नॉट अ प्रैक्टिकल सोल्यूशन, राइट? वी माइट बी अ गाय हु नोज एवरीथिंग, राइट? सो वी हैव टू, सो इफ यू डोंट हैव एनीथिंग यू कैन कम टू मी, यू कैन टेक माय कोऑर्डिनेट्स, कनेक्ट करते हैं, देखते हैं, देन विल नो वो बिजनेस तो ऐसे ही करना पड़ेगा.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि AI, we are talking about AI automation, entire world is now going towards that. So right now what challenges we are facing, अगर मुझे पूरा business ही AI के automation पे ले जाना है तो implementation is so very expensive. आपको क्या लगता है कि फ्यूचर के अंदर ये प्राइसेस कम होंगे, क्योंकि जब कोई नया रेवोल्यूशन आता है वर्ल्ड में तो प्राइसेस आर वेरी हाई, देन इट गोज डाउन. So what is your prediction about AI? Will it go down or will it?
Look, first of all, AI is only an assistive tool. And I've been with AI for the last 15 years. वो expensive वाला stage निकल चुका है actually, काफी हद तक. And whether this is going to taper down depends on what are we talking about again, right? See, if you're talking about whether ChatGPT would be cheaper, perhaps, I don't know.
ChatGPT तो एक simple.
Yeah,
but उसके अंदर जो सारे bots लगाने हैं, अलग-अलग चीजें, जो एक IT कंपनी करती है, जो इनका क्वेश्चन है, जो AI driven कंपनीज आ चुकी है मार्केट में, they are charging.
तो देखो इस पे तो standard traditional economics comes into play. As more and more players will come, pricing will start to get moderated as time passes, right? And then will come that again consolidation will happen, and then you'll have lesser players, and then prices will rise again. Then again the cycle will continue. तो जैसा आपका हर और business में चला वैसे चला. तो you have to decide.
Language schema. So you will have more and more LLMs coming through. So the cost will come down. It will come down. Then you will optimize at some level.
Well, I think his question is slightly different.
Yes.
His question is more on a broader level. Ke, are we seeing, because right now there is a surge, what he is anticipating, is he seeing, will it get commoditized? Yes, it will get commoditized to some extent. But again, it will surge.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है, जैसा आपने बताया कि आपको 15 इयर्स से आप ये एआई के फील्ड में है, तो सभी या बिजनेस ओनर्स एंटरप्रेन्योर्स है, कौन सी एक ऐसी चीज है जो आपने लास्ट 15 इयर्स में कुछ ना कुछ मिस्टेक्स भी किया होगा, ताकि वो मिस्टेक अगर आप शेयर करेंगे तो सबके लिए फायदा रहेगा।
बहुत बढ़िया. नॉट कलेक्टिंग योर ओन डेटा. आप लोगों से पूछा था मैंने. You are not capturing your own data. You are jumping into ChatGPT. How many of you are going to ChatGPT to find out whether what is a good strategy for my company or my product? कौन जा रहा है? कोई भी नहीं जा रहा है. अच्छा, क्वेश्चन मैंने ऐसे पूछा है स्टोन में, इसलिए शायद कोई जवाब नहीं दे रहा है. Right? Everybody is going there, right? I'll tell you. Sorry, sir. I'll tell you. Time है ना सर हमारे पास अभी? Almost there. We started late actually.
We started 5 minutes late.
10 minutes late actually. Yeah. So if you're using ChatGPT, everybody is going in ChatGPT and trying to. I am seeing there was one young girl in my. I was traveling with her flight पे बैठ के वो जैसे ही बैठी उसने फ्लाइट पे अपना खोला ChatGPT पे वो पूछ रही उसे when I'm getting married. No, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. She had this long a prompt. उसकी फ्रेंड ने भेजा उसको. बोली मेरे को जल्दी जल्दी चलाना है, मेरे को देखना है. People are doing so businesses के अंदर because business people are dealing with so much of uncertainty. What is your biggest? Okay, what is that one activity you do throughout the day? दो चीजें सॉफ्ट, मतलब ये मत बोलना कि सेल करना, वो सब करते ही हैं. Two things, right? Two things you have to do day in day out: making decisions and dealing with uncertainty. That is your biggest challenge throughout the day. So people need that support. If you, and most of the SMBs do not have a N-1, N-2. Companies of our scale, they have multiple layers. CEO गलती कर रहा है, नीचे से कोई रोक देगा उसको, वो कोई इसके नीचे वाला, but not most of the SMBs. You are, driving a big change, a big revolution in your own organization alone. So that's where you go there. But if instead of that, first look at your own data. Look and do some root cause analysis. Karo. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Whenever this new technology has been introduced, it has been overused. It has always been the case. So Google we introduced, so people started reaching to Google for everything. That is happening with AI also. So will you be able to guide to the audience to draw a thin line कि ऐसे कौन से issues है और ऐसी कौन सी categories है जिसके लिए आपको AI की तरफ नहीं जाना है, human intelligence पे ही dependent है?
Sir, I categorically make two statements. Number one, Google made life easier by being a search engine, जो चीज़ दुनिया में नहीं थी. AI categorically is helping businesses to make to assist people doing businesses in making decisions. तो वो assistive ही रहेगा और assistive ही रहना चाहिए. ठीक है? Don't make it a decision maker on your behalf. Honestly speaking, there's a lot of hype going around कि vibe coding होगी, vibe coding करके developers चले जाएंगे. See, you are a developer, right? I'm sorry, you're a programmer, right? Do some. जब मैं programming करता था, our tool was Stack Overflow. We used to कोई कहीं अटके जाके we used to go to Stack Overflow. Today we are going to ChatGPT or whatever. So for us only delivery mechanism change. Programming तो बहुत पहले छोड़ चुके हैं हम. That world is gone. So it is only an assistive tool. It's not going to be something that is going to make a decision or it's going to support. तो जो आपका सवाल है कि what to look for. Number two is be very particular of what data you are sharing with it. ठीक है? Anything, wherever you are feeding data, whether it's your own, any public system, whether it is a GenAI system or non-GenAI system, be very particular because irrespective of whether you are, they are saying कि मैं data नहीं share करूँगा. All they have to do is fight an antitrust lawsuit later. How many billions of dollars Google has paid in the past on antitrust lawsuits? Any guess? Must be close to $15 million. उसको कोई क्लेम करेगा फिर दे देगा पैसे. But your data is exposed.
How do you secure our data? Because ultimately,
सर अपना कोर आईपी नहीं चढ़ाना आपको कहीं पर भी पब्लिक स्पेस पे. कोर आईपी डोंट हैव टू. प्लीज बी वेरी 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 पर्टिकुलर. अगर आपका कोई पेटेंट है, योर प्रोसेस मेथड वेयर यू थिंक योर कंपनीज कोर आईपी इज सिटिंग, डोंट इवन गो टू दीज चैनल्स एट ऑल. You may want to understand what is happening. Research के लिए बहुत अच्छा है, but don't put your own stuff. Be very very particular. In the company I work, data is sacrosanct. Complete restrictions of what. हमारे तो Gmail तक बैन कर दिया. You can't even use Gmail in the organization.
People are burning and losing good amount of money depending on this algo taking kind of thing. ऐसे लोगों को आपका क्या सजेशन है?
सर देखो, ग्रीड का ना कोई सजेशन नहीं है.
See, every technology is a 2x old.
एल्गो ट्रेडिंग जो सामने वाला बोला ऐसे मेरा तो बड़ा, मेरे पास भी दिन में आते हैं और स्पेशली गुजरात से बहुत आते हैं. माई वाइफ है गुजराती, तो मतलब ससुराल से कॉल आते हैं. तो उसके अंदर माई ओनली क्वेश्चन है कि भाई तू अपना पीएनएल भेज दे मेरे को पिछले साल का. तूने क्या किया? फॉरगेट अबाउट व्हाट यू वांट मी टू डू, यू टेल मी व्हाट यू हैव डन. अब बट यू नो पीपल आर गलेबल, पीपल वांट मनी.
जहाँ मैं नहीं सोच पा रहा हूँ वहाँ पे AI will be thinking, so AI will be doing better for me than me myself.
So every technology has its own plus and minus. People, when cloud came, all of you understand cloud or not? Cloud tech सबको पता है? What is cloud? जिससे बारिश होती है, उसके अलावा, right? So cloud is like data storage and all that, right? So when cloud came, right? So there was again this fear कि क्या जाएगा क्या नहीं. So moderate. So market forces will moderate things. अभी आजकल आज के ज़माने में most of the companies are hybrid. कुछ cloud पे रहता है, कुछ servers पे रहता है अपने आप local data centers के अंदर. तो ये भी moderate हो जाएगा. अब in the process there will be some collateral damage. तो आज़ादी की लड़ाई में भी लोग मरे थे. क्या करें?
We are still evolving towards the settlement.
Sir, देखो, the problem is that the change is very very dynamic and very fast paced. That's the only thing you have to live with. Right? In my own career, we have seen .com boom, we have seen SaaS. Acha, very interesting. People, when this Claude guy announced something, तो बोले SaaSocalypse हो गया कि SaaS companies के पीछे अब बंद हो जाएंगी. They did not realize कि SaaS ये अपना Anthropic, which is a parent company for Claude itself, uses Workday, Monday.com, Salesforce. These are all SaaS companies. तो खुद ही यूज कर रहा है. तो there's a lot of hype also that happens. So we have to just cut through the noise. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you are supposed to give the answer. You're not allowed to ask questions.
Just one very specific question. So, in the era of Google, we had this search engine optimization kind of thing. Now, people are asking ChatGPT and Gemini the questions. So, how are businesses supposed to optimize AI tools so that their business is
Very, very forward-looking question, and eventually search engine optimization happened because you wanted to be looked at. Underlying data is still the same, right?
Yeah.
So Gemini is using the same algorithm with some different minor tweaking here and there. I don't think so they're penalizing people who are done good work in the past in becoming. And why do you do SEO? Okay. मतलब fundamental theory क्या है उसका?
Relevant.
Relevance. As long as you are relevant, no matter a delivery system, you will stay relevant.
So it's JEO, EO, सब.
आप बात समझे ना? So stay relevant.
So when you talk about SEOs, you also think of prompt engineering. What's prompt engineering? It is not an engineering subject, please. Engineering. It's the same thing. As you engineer your prompts better and better, the quality of the prompts gets better and better. Your answers which an AI will get better and better. And that is what SEO was doing.
Right.
You were optimizing the engine which is going to give the answer. Now the engine is very different than the search engine. But it is underlying, still using the same data at the end of the day. So that's what it is. So how do you learn? So in fact that's input for everybody. I think yesterday also, Harish Bhatt also spoke about this yesterday. That prompt engineering is something each one of us should learn. And we can go wherever.
I mean, see, what is happening is people are moving away from scripting. जो जितना भी टाइपिंग वाइपिंग का जो काम था ना, whether it's a legal profession, you're moving away from drafting, whether it is programming, you are moving away from scripting. You're moving into more functional things. And people who are from IT or tech background, they know that functional programming has been there in the world for last 20 years. TIPCO करके company वो functional programming लेके आ गई थी बहुत पहले. So it's only just evolution to that step. So you will have to become more and more how you can make the machine do things with you, for you, faster.
So we take this as the last question.
Yeah, we'll connect offline. Yes, sir.
So you have been talking about all the positive side of AI.
No, sir, I spoke a lot of negative also.
So the point is, there are certain, like, how can I avoid some very important information of my organization or whatever I do to get into a public domain or where the AI tools can pull that information? See, just to give you an example, we import products. All this import information is available with customs, Indian customs. Now, this data is being shared by a company to everyone. Now, if that crucial data is being shared, then we are in problem, right? And these are being done by AI tools. So how can we?
Sir, no, I think it's not a AI tool that is doing it, it's an access problem. See, if any AI tool,
Same thing is also.
if an AI tool is going, yeah, I mean, see, as I said, AI tool is only a supplement, somebody or a complementary tool. Somebody is having an intention, your data is already exposed, right? That somebody is able to get it. So the problem is at that origin, right? It's not the postman.
See, there are certain things which we cannot avoid. I cannot go against the government of India laws, or it's going to be a long battle for me. But even at ground level, how I can avoid certain information which should not get into this particular domain?
So as long as his compliance is, you have to, which is very much your IP or very, data which is highly confidential. As I was telling our friends here, don't put them, no matter how tempting it is. And better, you restrict. So there are other tools like data document management solutions are there, which restrict a lot of, access to data which cannot be even crawled. Or they don't even allow screenshots. So look at those kind of tech solutions. मुझे लगता है ना AI की जगह tech की class करनी चाहिए थी मेरे को. Tech solution. No, because your problems are at a different stage at the moment. Well, I came with the notion that we are at a certain stage, but that's not the case because your problems are actually more real world, but at a different stage at the moment.
So, thank you. Thank you, Amitesh. It was a very interesting discussion. I think all what I can say at the end of the day, when we look at automation, we spoke about automation improves margins, but intelligence will improve markets. And with the improved markets, it will be disrupted. So all of us need to learn what AI is beyond just generative AI. And so look at that as a very important in the market. So with this, I would like to recognize Amitesh and thank him for coming here with us and sharing his thoughts.
Thank you, sir.
And
अच्छा ये भी
है ना?
अरे अच्छा nice.
Specialized. This is with your name on it.
Yeah, saw that. Very nice. Thank you.